strange things that I can't see with them live yet. That's weird. I can't. Seems I can't get the. Oh. Yeah. That's good. Sorry, folks. I'm just adjusting some adjusting some settings. Alright, so close this. Kind of like embedded this message. Embed chat setting. Can I embed this by getting an embedded link? Customization. Customize launch. So I get a standalone. Yeah, so I can put this somewhere here. Can I stick this always to the top? Oh yeah, I can do this. I can just place it at the left side. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I just place it at the left side, and also this is the right side, right? No, this one. It should be here. Right, so need to do a little bit thing in order to get things right. So can I just put it down to get some sort of like multitasking? Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's good. I'll be here. So chat. Yeah, I think chat should go multitasking at the top right corner, and then this will be a typical. Yeah, good. Right, that's good. I can see the chat here, but I can't say anything. That doesn't really matter. I don't need to say anything right now. And I'm going to make this here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's adjust all the things, and yeah, we need to adjust this later. Right, where's my pen? And also I need to adjust the audio. Okay, that's good. Right, everything's good. Let's continue. Alright, so in this video we're going to learn about the single component characters. Okay, so really simple. The single component character is, as the name suggests, it's just a simple single component. Let me just give you a blank here because it involves a lot of writing. Okay, so basically the single components elements, as the name suggests, is just to give you a single component. Okay, so for example, if you use a better pen here, right, I love this. So basically, like when you learn about the characters, we already learned this, like the stroke, right? We got horizontal stroke, right? This we got horizontal stroke, right? We also learn about the vertical stroke, right? Quick review here. I also learn about the left falling, right? We also learn about the dots and the right falling. Okay, I think this may be better to control because yeah, maybe this is better control. Let's try this. Yeah, I think this is better. So basically we learned the basic. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 stroke, And different stroke go different directions, as we learned. The horizontal left and right, right? Vertical is like top to bottom, and left falling from top all the way to the left, and dots from the top to the down. So basically, it's left to right and top to down. Okay, and the right falling is something like this, right? And then all this stroke, we can combine them together, and then we can get the characters. That's the basic components in the Chinese language. Okay, and you know, in a lot of language, they have characters. So, for example, in Japanese, they also have the sum of the combination of the traditional Chinese, as well as their modification. Okay, so we call that kanji in Japanese, but in Chinese it's called character. So basically, every specific character have a specific meaning. Okay, and they can combine these together. You can convey the meaning as well as the pronunciation at the same time. So that's the amazing thing about characters. All right. So let's learn about the single component character, which means in Chinese is called 独体字. 独体字. Right? So 独, that means the single. Right? Single, like just one. Okay? One 体 is like components. Zi is like a character. Okay, so basically, it literally means the single component character with just using, basic strokes, and then it's just a thing. Okay, this character is just thing by itself. It's not like a combination of multiple things. So that's the reason it's called single component. We just get one component. Okay. So, let's look at some of the example. All right. Let's first I want to quickly check whether the audio quality is okay, because I don't want to work for a lot of the thing and then. Well, that's pretty good, to be honest. That's pretty good. So let's continue. So previously we have a brief introduction of a 独体字, right? Single component characters, and the easiest single component character is one, right? It's the just a simple one here. Let me write it down for you. So let's go to draw and go here. I love this writing. Okay, so E. Okay, from left to right. This is one of the basic strokes of Chinese characters. E, that literally means one. Okay, and this E is the single component character E. Okay, because you just using one horizontal stroke from left to right. Okay, really simple. And also 2 R. That's 2 for you. Like just 2 stroke, right? So yeah, this 2 is also, be composed of 2 strokes, right? So boom, boom. And sometimes you may encounter something like the 田字格, right? So basically something like this. And 田, that means this in itself is a Chinese character called 田. It's like when we go farming, right? And this is like an acre of land that you farm, you grow things. It's like 田地, right? So it's like something like this, right? That literally means the land, and you can sort of see this like acre of land, something like that. So for the correct writing, you sometimes will notice something like this. It's called 田字格. That means it's like 田字 that means the character of Tian, right? And this is ge, right? So it's a Tianzi ge, right? So basically, it's not technically a Tian, but you can see this like a dotted line here, right? Dotted line, something like this. Okay, so basically it is just some area that you can write your characters, and then you can show where you should write your stroke. Okay, so for example, one, let me just add a different color. So for example, one, you should get, well, this is just too little. Can I change a different color, right? So for example, one, you should write at the center here. Okay, and for two, it's not at the center, right? You should approximately the center of the weight should be center, but if it has two, it should be something like this. Okay, so one top, one bottom, but the center point is here, so approximately here. Okay. Also, for example, if you continue to write san, oh, this is a little bit dark, but yeah, I love it. So san, that's literally three, right? So san is like 1, 2, 3. Okay, really simple when you write Tianzi ge. And you can sort of compare this. At the middle there is a little bit shorter, top is a little bit longer, and then it's the longest, 1, 2, 3. Right? All this is like 独体字. Okay? So for example, like 10, 10. Right? This is like 10. If you write here, sorry, I should like erase this. So for example, 10. Okay, 10. If you write here, it should be. Okay, so yeah, the general rule of thumb is everything in the center and then crossing at the center. Okay. What about like ba, right? Ba is like 8. Okay. Ba 一撇一捺, right? So just the two falling, left falling and right falling, and ba is yeah. When you do the left falling, you should get a little bit like top here, and then right falling approximately here. Okay, so it's like you take as much space as possible, but you approximately make everything at the center of the weight is at the center of the Tianzi ge, right? But also, what about say 6? Okay, 6, right? 6 is like 6, right? 6, 6. Tianzi ge, right? So at the top here, at the middle, approximately here, so it's like write a 1 horizontal stroke, and 撇, it's not na, right? It's not na, it's just a dot. Okay, so something like this. You do not need to overlap it. 6. Okay, so that's literally means 6. So all this is the single component character. Okay, 独体字, and you can sort of treat 独体字 as the 单独成为汉字的字, right? You just use this, and then this is the character. You don't need to have multiple characters and then combine them together to become a character. Just to use this simple stroke, and in itself is the character. Okay. Yeah. 独体字，声母、韵母、单音节、双音节。Yeah, I don't think 单音节、双音节 we need to understand. Doesn't really matter this, to be honest. 拼音、音调、写法。如何标音调? Yeah, is that when you add tone of Chinese, just the general rule of thumb, the tone marking always at the vowel. Okay, just to put above the vowel. with the mouth wide open. Yeah, descending order. Yeah, I think this is worth adding as a specific video because, yeah, maybe some of you folks get confused about the rules. Okay, so yeah, I think that's worth. Yeah, it's worth mentioning. So I'm going to mention it. All right. So I also want to stress the rules of pinyin, especially the tone marking. Okay. So remember, in pinyin we got like 5 tones, right? Right. This is like this is like just, and of course we got like nothing. Okay, so just nothing, nil, nil, nothing. A little bit programming joke. So nil, that's special programming terms to represent nothing. Okay, so it's like 5 tones, and the tones in Chinese have have to be above a certain like certain syllables or certain letters. Okay, and for example, like just to give some example, 学校, right? So for example, you want to add pinyin at the tones markings on this pinyin 学校. You know the basic, the way, right? Is the first tone, second tone, third tone, something like that. So this is typical. The second tone and 校 is like a 4th tone, right? You know this, but where it should stick to, okay? The general rule of thumb is at the vowel, okay? Really, really simple. You just find the vowels and write this above the vowel, okay? So let's quickly, review the vowel. A, O, right? E, U, and then U. It's a little bit harder one. A, O, E, U, U, right? So basically, put on above here, okay? And if multiple vowel exist, okay? So for example, like 学校, U, right? Right? We got like 2 exist at the same time. You follow this order, okay? So basically, you A or E, U, U. You can sort of see the mouse starting to reduce the size, right? So A is like a mouse is wide open, and following the sequence R, O, E, U, U, you can see the mouse just become smaller. And yeah, so basically, the wider the mouse, the better the sound, right? More vowel, more rounded sound. And if you adding a tone marking, you should use and follow that certain order. Okay. So for example, we got like U and our right? U. So U is not so good, right? Because U is here, and U is here, right? But R O but is like bigger than that. So 学, the second time should go here, okay? It shouldn't be above the U, right? It should be above here, okay? 校, right? So where should it go, right? We got A here, right? So O, we got O here. So you know what? I choose right? 校, so it's like 4th time, so it should go there. Okay, just a simple trick, so you know where this tiles should go, and it kind of like become self-explanatory and become an instinct if you already read tons of pinyin. But to be honest, once you know the basic pronunciation of the single characters, and you learn, you have it mastered enough of the characters, you don't need to worry about where it goes. You just need to know the general terms, but just some general rule that it's good to know, but it won't affect too much of your journey of learning Chinese. But hey, it's good to know, right? This is just a simple rule here. So the bigger the mouse, right? Mouth wide open, R O E U E, right? So it's like the wider the mouse, that is the where the markings of tongues should go. Oh my god, yeah, that took like how many hours? Like 7 minutes for the explanation. Right, that's good. And I got cold recently. Yeah, must be the hard work, you know. So okay, let me. I got tons of coffee here. So, yeah, I think last month I go to a streaming frenzy in like I got a full like 10 cups of coffee and say that I'll start streaming, and the like 10 cups of coffee, and after that, you know. So after I drink all the coffee and the streaming, it's like a crazy times. But yeah. All right. So John marking. Neutral tongue is unmarked. Yeah, I think that's worse. Alright, so remember we talk about where you should mark your tone, right? And there is just one exception here, our you, right? You should always put on above the vowel, and the bigger the mouth opening, that's the place you should go. But there is one exception, is this, okay? So is this R O E, right? E and U, right? If you look at this, you say, oh, for example, you should put it here because this is like above R O E and then U, right? But here's the thing, this is abbreviation, okay? Let me just write abbreviation here so I don't like cover it. So I and U is abbreviation of the I O U, right? Our E, O, and then U, right? So if you look at here, this is abbreviation, and this O, U, this you should like put it here, right? You should put it here. So this is just the one rule, okay? You put it above here. So okay, for example, something like this. Okay, because it's like IU. This IU is a abbreviation of I owe you. Okay, like I owe you. So yeah, so basically you should just put it here. Yeah, it's just one quirky exception. Okay, doesn't really matter that much. But if you encounter this, do not add it out here. You can sort of treat this as a E, right? We got this nice little bit dot here. You don't want to add in here, okay? You don't want to add it here. So general rule of thumb, you don't want to add it tone above this E, okay? Yeah, that I think that's all. Really simple rule here. Yeah, I think that's all. And I want to also talk a little bit about simple component character, because I think that's more important than this pinyin, because you're going to get rid of pinyin at very early stage. So yeah, let's learn more about character, because that's the hard part, right? Even Chinese spend a lot of time to remember all these characters. It's pretty easy to recognize, but really hard to write, and I don't know how to write nowadays. I use the computer all the time, so yeah. Okay, let's go back here. Yeah. Alright, let's continue to talk a little bit about the single component characters, because that's the easy one, and we should start with easy and adding difficulties along the way. So for example, this is called kou, right? That literally means mouse. If you just look at your mouse, right? It's like, you know, when you draw this manga character, right? You got this, like, for example, let me just draw some random square, right? The manga character, you can see the mouse here, right? It's like something like this. Okay. So basically, this is like the tongue, and then it's like a mouse. Okay. So you can sort of abbreviate this as something like this, right? This is like an ancient Chinese, right? And then abbreviate to this. Okay. So yeah, that's basically this called kou, kou, right? And our you, right? Let me just write here. O, I, U, yu, right? So remember, o, u, kou. Got it? So yeah, always on the vowel, above the vowel, and the wider the mouth, there it should go. Okay, kou. So kou is really simple. We just stroke one vertical stroke. So basically, you're drawing a circle or rectangular shape in that sense. But rectangular shape, it should start at the left, right? I'm gonna write at left, and then, oh, I can't wait. I can't lift too much. So one, and then there is something like this. Okay, so this is called 横折. Okay, and we did not cover that. So let's learn a little bit more about the stroke. Okay, let me add a new. So yeah, we know this like 竖, right? Vertical 竖, right? But we did not learn about this. What about this horizontal, but also a vertical? Okay, and we can combine this together as something like this. This is called 横折, right? And yeah, ironically, this concept requires a lot of character and difficult character, to be honest. 横折, right? And 横 literally means the horizontal. 折, well, this is an interesting one. This is called turning. Okay, turning. So 横折 literally means the horizontal and then turning. Okay, so a very typical example is just the 口 that I said to you. 竖, right? 横折, and then 横, right? 竖 vertical, 横折 is like horizontal turning, right? Horizontal and then turning down, and then 横, right? Horizontal. Okay, so that literally means the mouse. Okay, 口, right? And of course, for example, this is like the sun, 日, right? Going down, 日, right? So this 竖 横折 横 right? But don't do this, it will be 约. But yeah, you don't need to confuse you with this. So just you know, you need to make a slang like this. Okay, so 日 means the sun. Okay, so yeah, that's one stroke down, 横折. Yeah, I think that's one stroke down and one character down. That's a lot. That's a lot. Right, previously we learned about the horizontal turning, like 横折, right? But also, we can have the like mirrored opposite. Okay, so let me show you. So the mirror opposite 横折 is like 竖折. Okay, so vertical and turning. So let me just give you some examples. So for example, 山, right? 竖折 and then 竖. So basically that's the 竖折. So basically you go this vertical and then you're turning to a 横, right? So yeah, 横折 is like horizontal and then turning to 竖. Whoa, this is a bit philosophical, right? So just the turning, but just the starting difference. One is starting the horizontal, so it's like 横折. This is like 竖折when you start with the vertical and then 横折. Okay, but that's the flow of the stroke. And so 竖折, and let me just give you this name, 竖折. Okay, 竖 is like you stand, right? You stand. 竖 going down, 折 going up, 竖折. 折 is like a turning, right? Like this 竖 and then this 竖 is like vertical, right? 横 is like horizontal. Shu and Heng. Yeah, really simple one here. So yeah, Shu and Heng, and Shu Zhe, that's going vertical and then going horizontal. But you got a turning point, so it's called Zhe. Okay. So for example, if you got like a two, this is called Shan, right? Shan is like a mountain, right? But if you got like a two Shan together, okay, that's a very interesting one. So basically, you got something like this, right? That's true. That's the, let's go outside, right? So like mountain and mountain, you're sort of trapped in the mountain and you want to go outside. So this is like 竖着, right? Basically, it's like a two mountain stack together. Okay, yeah, and yeah, true, 竖着. Yeah, I think I forgot to add here. So can I add one more? Okay, I'm going to test this. Okay, I'm going to stress test the internet connection as well as the. Oh, somehow I need to. Okay, log in, log in, scan. Yeah. Okay, doesn't really matter. I'm going to close this. Yeah. Right, let's learn one more stroke, and that's called shu. And then we got a go. Go we did not learn until now because that's like a hook, okay? So jabbing hook. So shu go is like vertical and then a little bit hook. Oh my god, I can't stop. If I stop a little bit, it will just become shu go, right? Shu go. So basically, it's a vertical and then a little bit tiny, a little bit hook, okay, like a captain hook, okay. So yeah, shu go, vertical and a little bit hook. The hook is very very important because it's very confusing for this like some stylized shu like vertical, but you have to like make it like standing out a tiny little bit as a actual hook, okay. So for example, you can say like small, okay, something very small. So 树沟, right? And then we got this two dot here, okay. So that's literally means the small 小 and then ao, right? So it's like a 小 small. So here at the center 树沟, okay, little. So yeah, 树沟 very very important. For example, 丁, okay, 丁 is like the member, male member of the family. I think most of the time, but you can sort of be a generalized term. Say, well, this family have a lot of members. Okay, that's 人丁兴旺, right? It's like a 人 and 丁. So basically, both mean the same thing, and we combine them together to become an expression like this, like a lot of people. Okay, so 丁. So if you like cooking dishes and you cut everything like in small tiny little bit of detail, like 切成丁, right? You cut it to this little tiny little bit dot here. So yeah, 丁, 一丁点, right? It's like very small pieces. Yeah, so that's the ding for you. So since we already learned this new stroke, we can continue to learn this 独体字, right? Single component. So for example, as I said earlier, we can get something like 口, right? 树, 横折, right? And then 横. So that's 口 mouse. 口 right? 口 无 口. And yeah, I should got it here. So 口 mouse. Okay? And let's continue. So for example, if you want to see something, so see originally is something like this, okay. And also in Japanese is also see. So basically it's like a eye here. You can sort of see, oh, it's like Sharingan, right? Oh yeah. And yeah, and then this is like a person, right? A person. Oh my gosh, it's a little bit weird now. Okay, and you simplify this as this. Okay, so basically you got 竖 横折, right? Horizontal and then turning, and then there's just a. It seems like a person, but it's a pear, and it's a little bit weird. It's not just a na, right? It's like something like this, okay. So it's like a na, and you turn a little bit, okay. So here na, and not the direct na, but a little bit turn 竖折钩, okay. Which we do not learn yet. But we will talk about that later. You just need to know that this is not just a simple na, but 竖着钩 is like You turn it a little bit. You horizontal, and then you turn a little bit, and then you hook a little bit. And of course, you also need to distinguish this with the 握钩, like line hook. Okay, so line hook is like, for example, 心. So it's like also a hook, but it's a line hook. Also, this is like different from the 横折钩. So for example, like door, right? So this is like 横折钩, 横 and 折 and 钩. Okay, so yeah, a lot of things going on here, right? 横折钩, but this is like a 竖折钩, right? So yeah, which we will discuss later. Yeah, 见, to see. And let's learn new characters. So basically, it's like a character and character and character and character. That's the hard part that everyone needs to go through when you learn Chinese. So for example, mountains, right? 连绵不断的山脉. It's like everlasting mountains that you can't see the edgy stuff, right? So basically, you simplify this by saying, hey, this is like a mountain, right? And then you can sort of oversimplify this as something like this, right? And then, you know what? Right now, it's called 山. So basically, 树, 树折, and then 树, right? So 山. And I should go, right? 山. So that mountain, okay? 山. 树, 树折, 树. And remember that here we can sort of stylize this writing by at the edges of here. I want to like extrude the tongue a little bit. Okay, I know a lot of people may tend to draw this way, like write this way. Sorry. Okay, but I prefer to go like exceed a little bit. So just to make it, and of course I can like extrude this a little bit, like just to make it more stylized. 好看一些, right? So just to beautify things. 山, right? Mountain. continue. Yeah, I think I got like a separated act, but why is that? Let's just get it here. I think at a certain point it will just automatically close it, and I don't know why. Should just automatically be here. Yeah, good. Alright, let's continue. We'll learn more characters. So, for example, small, 小. So, what is small? It's like a tiny grain of sand, right? So basically, like sand. Yeah. And then you become something like this. You don't need to remember all that. And then you become something like this. And then the modern 小 is like this, right? So basically it's like 树, 钩. So it's like a horizontal and then hook. And then left and right, okay? 树, 钩, left and right, dots, okay? So, yeah, if you think about this, like 小 and 大, right? So, 大 is like a person standing here left or right. Oh, I'm so big, right? But 小 is not like a grain of sand right now, but more like a person say, yeah, I'm so small. Okay? So it's like a person standing very, very still, right? And then 大 is like a person doing something like this. So that's 大, that's 小. So I think this is easy for you to remember that, right? Big and small, 大小. Yeah, I think I need to record one characters and end the stream. Okay. Right. Let's learn another character called no, called boo. Okay. So boo originally referred to a tool, but nobody is using that tool anymore. I don't know what kind of tool it is, but it's kind of like a tool that can maybe for farming, okay, and then later change something like this, and then something like this, and then right now the modern day something like this. Okay, so just a negative adverb. No, 横铁树, and then not na, right? Not na, but rather a dot, 点. No literally means no. 不 boo 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 boo. Yeah, so going down. Boo. 不要 right? Like I don't want it. 你要不要这个啊？要不要喝咖啡啊？ Do you want to drink coffee? 要不要 right? It's like 要 or 不要 right? Right? 要不要 So it's like expression 要不要喝咖啡？要不要做什么事情 right? 要不要上课 right? 要不要回家？要不要喝酒？要不要吃饭 right? 要 and 不要 Basically, it's asking me, do you want to do something? And for single letter 不 it's like a really harsh no, like no. Okay? I still remember some of the like voice actors and voice and speaking specialists saying that you need to keep your voice like lower. No, not like that. It's like a lower the sound. No. Okay, so it become more authoritative. So I think the same goes for 不 right? 不 Okay, yeah, that's all.